compete with yourself. If you want a better future for yourself, you create it. Forget about the past, move on. Don't be so hard on yourself. I have sex every day, I drink smoke. I cannot say all these things. Quite a roller coaster ride of 29 years of existence. For me, I had to always be alone, so that was really tough. I always wanted a brother that I could rely on, as well as share my deepest, darkest. I wish I had more masculine men around me. We need more male role models. There's a lot of very, very controversial men. Tate, Trump.
What is the monster that lives inside you? Trying to look it into the eyes.
I think that's true masculinity right there. I was the only boy in the family, and then all these terrorist attacks was happening in my country. I remember vividly when my dad drove past the Australian embassy, scattered buildings, shards of glass everywhere. At such a young age, I was in the BMW looking at all the destruction. I might cry during this podcast. I was such a scrawny kid growing up, unhealthy relationship with food. I gained so much weight and became so much chubbier. 2014 when I went to army, that mindset shift happened with me, and then shredded, V-shaped taper, broad shoulders, too much to the point I got obsessed with it.
Fitness is such a good metaphor for life. In your experience with pageantry.
How
is it?
Pageantry.
Male
beauty contest.
I read that you showed up with a weird costume.
In a way, kind of sad. I always wanted to become somebody. I had Mr. World, I had Manhunt, trying to compete with all these other misters of the world. They were telling me, don't go. There's a lot of politics involved. The flights were not being paid. My costume wasn't even ready. And then, when I received the news of his death, it was crazy. I was shivering. I thought, is this real? He would send me photos that he's in the hospital, not able to meet me, to give me guidance or advice. And then next day he passed away. I think I'm very happy and blessed to lead the life I lived. You can learn a lot about yourself in such a short period of time on stage. You have to obviously make your own luck. I spoiled myself. I got a sports car. I had so much indulgence. My girlfriend thinks I have a fear of abandonment.
What is the secret?
Well,
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Beautiful meeting. Oh my God.
Making it happen. That's the most important.
Making it happen, man.
Making content, memories.
This whole podcast is all about making it happen. It's imperfect. It's what it is. But it's just about getting something done, to start with, and then slowly gaining momentum, making it better. That's it. I believe this is probably how you have been developing your career. Also, going step by step.
Step by step, for sure. It doesn't fall all into place. You have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You have to obviously make your own luck sometimes. It's not easy, but you always have to believe, right? It's just like what I said.
Yeah. I was checking today your Instagram. To get some background and to get to know as much information as possible.
Use those videos, the fitness one, the
I went
lifestyle.
all the way down.
Really?
I tried to go all the way down. How far could I go? Yeah, and that's with different looks, and maybe when you were not so strong, you've been always weak.
I had a long hair as well.
You had long hair.
I had long hair. You remember, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
What was that?
Good research. That was back in 2018, I think.
2018.
Second year of university. I just wanted to give it a try. It was good.
Yeah. Wow, 2000. You make me think now. Where was I in 2018?
I
was in Barcelona.
7 years ago.
Music.
Barcelona.
Yeah, there was a different story.
You're a DJ, right?
Yeah. Back then I used to be full-time DJing, and that was the thing.
That was the thing, yeah.
There's someone here.
Hello.
Hey, Alisa.
It's my baby.
Interrupting your interview?
What?
Yes.
No, you're not interrupting. We're rolling, but it's
rolling.
fine. It's fine.
Okay.
Baby, sit down.
I'll sit here and chill for a while.
Cool.
Let's shoot some B-rolls, baby. She's so cute, right? I love her so much.
Yeah.
I love her very much.
The cutest.
Go.
The cutest.
Brother, I'm so curious about you. I remember I saw your Instagram first when I met Tanisha. First day I came to Singapore, Austin put me in touch with Tanisha. We had a meeting at the airport. And then I think she was also into this pageantry season, right? She was taking part of Miss Universe. I follow her on Instagram, and when you follow someone, there's some photos that show up here, recommendations.
I showed up, and you remember? I remember that.
You showed up and said this guy, he's so fucking jacked, man. He's that person. Yeah, and I saw Sean something. And then what was that? A few days later, that I came to Alisa's concert, and I see your face.
You recognize?
I've seen this face before.
This fate, though.
Yeah.
We had the same hairstyle as well,
right?
So, but brothers from another mother.
Exactly. It feels like that.
It feels like that.
And this is not so common that I get to feel like that with somebody. It's really, really weird.
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you, because I can count people with my fingers of one hand.
Thank you so much.
I feel at least that I feel it immediately. Like we just met here when in your concert, it was like immediately like I feel connected to that person. Like
Wow, thank you so much. I've always been looking for a brother actually. So.
Right, me too. Yeah, I don't have a brother. Do you?
I don't.
No? You have sisters, brothers?
Two sisters.
Two sisters.
Yeah, I've always complained to my mom and dad to have a brother, and then I think kind of guilt tripped them a little bit. My dad especially when we went to Japan.
Yeah.
Then they had these saunas, or I forgot what what's it called in Japan, like onsen. Yeah, onsen. And then the ladies will go to the lady side, and then the men will go to the men's side.
Yeah.
And then they unrobe, and then they enjoy the onsen together. And then my mom and my sisters will always do it, but my dad couldn't. My dad couldn't because he's handicapped. You know, he lost a leg. So for me, I had to always be alone. So that was really tough.
So wait, he couldn't go into the sauna because he was missing a leg?
He was missing, because he has a mechanical one, right? So he couldn't really jump in the sauna and all that.
Not because it was not allowed or anything. It's more like
I mean that would be extra weird as well for him to jump in the pool with the mechanical leg. But still, that was tough. Yeah. So I always wanted a brother that I could rely on, as well as share my deepest, darkest thoughts as a guy. As a man, because as a man, we go through a lot of things that sometimes we can't express.
100% agree.
Yeah,
like you need that. Even people who have an older brother, they don't see in that brother the figure of a man that they could connect and share those things that you say in these vulnerabilities or the struggles or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's so important to be connected with men around you who can give you that experience. This is something very, very recent for me. I discovered this sort of dynamic maybe 3 years ago when I was working a lot in my masculinity, like integration of finding my masculine energy, because I was so much into the feminine energy side for my whole life, and I was feeling kind of weak and capable, incompetent and not strong. And then I started to work out really hard.
Yeah.
I started to grow strength and muscle and all of this, and that was already leading in this direction. Then I started to do all of these shadow work, integration, like looking into what is the monster that lives inside you,
unleashing your best potential,
trying to look it into the eyes. It's like, all right, I recognize you. You will not own me, I will own you.
Yes, that's good.
And then that led to experiences joining a tantra retreat in Sweden that happens in a little place called Ansbacka in the middle of nowhere.
In Sweden, Ice.
It's one of the biggest tantra festivals that you can find in Europe, and really, really solid, very good instructions. There's like 700 people for a whole week. It gets very intense, and I had for the first time the experience of being surrounded by men that I would consider them like strong men. The strong men that I see them as role models of integrated masculinity, and what surprised me the most is that you would think strong men are gonna be like rock solid, and no, man, it was the softest people. You could see the word like people you could rely on.
They are in touch.
Super strong, but super in touch.
In touch with themselves.
And man, I think I never cried so much in my life. Like this whole week, there were so many experiences to have circles of sharing with other men, and saying beautiful things to other men, and getting to this softness with other men without seeing them like competition, which is like how my weak masculine
I had a difficulty with that.
And just surrendering without going into anything that was gay at all. Like it's not like we are going to be in love or anything like that, but there's love. There's a heart-to-heart connection. There's a bromance.
Absolute bromance there.
Absolutely, man. And crying, saying each other beautiful thing, or confessing the darkest thoughts and what I see, like I'm not alone, and there's other people, there's other men who I consider them so strong and such role models, and they're going through the same thing as me. Maybe I belong. Maybe I'm a strong man as well. And that totally shifted my identity, and it turned me into a much, much better person, more reliable, more trustworthy, more integrated, more capable, and that shifted the whole energy.
Wow, yeah. Oh my goodness.
So important.
I think I might cry during this podcast if I share too much as well, because I've never done so myself. And for you to say that, I think that's true masculinity right there. So I wish I had more masculine men around me. Thank you for being my first one. Bro,
this is just, now this door is opening.
It's hard sometimes.
I see you've been going through some masculinity integration yourself, and you care a lot about developing this masculinity integration. What's been your journey so far?
Yeah, of course. It's been quite a roller coaster ride of my 29 years of existence now. Where do I begin? I mean, I'm 29 now. I've been through quite a fair bit, I believe, for a 29-year-old person, a guy. It's funny actually. My girlfriend thinks I have a fear of abandonment. So I think so. I don't know. I looked into it, and I think it might be true because the way I was raised, my upbringing really tells a lot. I think our upbringing shares a lot about how we are as people and the values that we carry and how we behave sometimes, and we always want to improve and strive for perfect, but it's nothing perfect actually. There's no perfection out there, but my upbringing was I would say quite dysfunctional a little bit because, well, being raised by my mom and dad, I was at such a young age taken away from Indonesia and was put into Singapore because of the 2003 Bali bombings that were occurring, and then also the Australian embassy bombings that were occurring in Jakarta. I remember.
Wait. Yeah. I'm not familiar with that. So you're saying there were some bombings in 2003?
2003 in Bali, I believe.
Really?
And then all these terrorist attacks was happening in my country, in Indonesia, because I was originally Indonesian. And then I remember vividly when my dad drove past the Australian embassy just to show us the scattered buildings with shards of glass everywhere. I remember at such a young age I was in the BMW in the back of his car looking at all the destruction happening in that early age, and I can feel like he always wanted to have a good life for us, and he protected us. I guess he brought all the kids, I have two sisters, to Singapore for their education because we were such a young age. And then that happened, but growing up, I never got to hang out so much with my mom and dad because they were always flying in and out because of that reason, because my father was shifting his business from Indonesia to Singapore, I guess, but he also had an Australian one. It's quite tough because I don't know who I was raised by, to be honest. Most of the time I think I was doing it with the sister. Sister is actually the helper, the maid, in the family. Then when we didn't have a sister, I guess I was on my own, but then I would have times when my mother would fly back every week. So that was tough because I was the only boy in the family. So I don't know how to learn all the boy traits. Where is it from? Maybe from Friends, the sitcom.
We lack role models, definitely.
We need more male role models, I think. Yes, and there's a lot of very, very controversial men in the space now. Like Tate and Trump now, and then the whole red pill era. Yeah, I don't know. It might lead people like me who's actually succumbed to like a little bit more influence than I would like to be on a different path, so it's tough to trust.
It's not easy to be a man in today's world, honestly. And I mean, it's way more difficult to be a woman. That I agree as well, but it's not easy to be a man right now I think because if you look 2 generations before, I'm not saying those men were the best possible man, but at least it was very clear what was the path and the way. The role model was defined. It might be very imperfect, it's true, but it was easy to follow because it was very clear. There were boundaries around it. This is what it means to be a man. Maybe it was wrong because it was like, men don't cry and all this shit. But it was easy to follow. Today, it has become so scattered, the idea of what a man should be, and the gender separation also has become a very fuzzy line, like where do genders separate? It's very hard to understand all this, but I know it's the reality of the world we live in. So for upcoming men, and I'm 38 right now, so for me it's a bit easier. For your generation, it's already a bit more difficult. Guys who are right now 18 or something, bro, I would be so confused if I was 18 right now. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to follow. But at the same time, we're living in an age where information is so accessible.
Yeah, instantaneous as well.
Yeah, so having these role models doesn't have to be anymore just your neighbor, your best friend, your brother, or whoever. Now you can find them online.
Online, all the internet.
Which is a privilege. And of course at the same time, because then you have like what I consider intrusive characters like Tate, you were describing, whose foundation I believe is like he has a good intention in a way. He's pointing in a direction that makes sense, but the path that takes there, to me, I think he's doing it wrong. And it's very easy as a young, easy to influence man when you're 17, whatever, to fall into the wrong ideas. And the whole thing becomes a bit complicated. So I'm very happy that new voices are raising, which are showing really the path that it's more integrated and more healthy, for a healthy masculinity.
Healthy.
Right?
Absolutely. And hopefully one day you become one of our role models.
I don't know.
I think you're on the right path to
I'm very happy being a student, honestly. Yeah, totally. I don't know. Look, maybe this podcast is already inspiring someone.
Maybe hope so. I don't know.
It's already like, guys, there's ways, like there's ways to do these things. There's good guidance out there. You just need to like explore a little bit and find it and expose yourself, I believe. Yeah.
Trust
for me,
as
it was a lot of reading books and a lot of going through, guided meditations and all of these things and online courses until I really didn't expose myself to the real world experience. Going to the Santra Festival, for instance, that was the first one. I didn't really feel it. And this is a transformation that you need to feel with every bone in your body.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a different thing. There's nothing you can read in a book which compares to being man to man, talking to someone and seeing how their eyes well in tears because they're sharing something that is so profound, so unique, and they are finding for once in their life the freedom to say it, and a good container of a man who can hold space for that. And then you're able to do the same. Nothing compares to that. There's not a book experience that compares to this.
Yeah.
And that really breaks you from the inside so that you can rebuild it in a way that then you can start offering that to other people. You really need to go through the real experience, the real deal.
I feel like I'm having one right now.
Bro, I want to ask you also, like, in your experience with pageantry. I always say it wrong. How is it?
Pageantry. Male beauty contest.
Male beauty contest. Yeah.
And the females one are the biggest one, Miss Universe and Miss World.
It's been always more a women thing.
Yeah.
Right? So when did man start to like have a role in it, and is this recent or?
I should know the history, but I don't know the history now.
Okay.
Singapore's. I would like to think Singapore supports these things, but it's actually quite new to Singapore actually. Yeah.
Did you get any criticism when you started choosing this thing, as in this is a women's thing, so what are you doing?
Waste of time. Not something that men should go for.
Yeah.
Men shouldn't care about looks. This the same common conception, from my parents, from my dad mainly.
Yeah.
But hey, things are different now. Things are changed. But
would you define it as a beauty contest, or if you could choose the words to define it? You've been there inside. You probably have shared that space with other men, and I know that every time that you're put together with different men, some sort of camaraderie
should occur, the
right?
brotherhood should occur,
that tends to happen unless people are very, very unhealthy in their minds. Normally that happens. So I believe there's much more than beauty going on in there. What would you describe it like?
Well, I mean, the essence of things, it is still a contest, beauty contest, but there's many metrics to it. It's not just how you look, but actually it's personality. And if you showcase that well, especially on stage, people can see. And I've learned a lot about that aspect, because you can learn a lot about yourself in such a short period of time on stage. So I really respect all the performers out there, entertainers right there, because they're doing it on a daily basis, right, for their work. So I got a glimmer of that a little bit, and so for me it's actually more than just beauty, right? So it's about intelligence as well. You have to answer questions, so it's how you carry yourself. So I guess that in that whole space, it's about inspiration and motivation to be your best self. So I mean, that's why I joined, to be honest. Or actually, I don't even know. I can't remember how I did it. But yeah.
What inspires you though to still be connected with that world? And
just being your best self, improving every day. Just trying to find your best self. That's the essence of things. There's nothing as your perfect self, but I always try to find my best self every day. So. Can be a constant struggle, but as long as you're at peace with yourself and you know that you're trying hard and you want to improve every day, I think that's the most important.
Yeah.
It gives people a chance to do so, and I think that's inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the way I see it, like, I had my fair deal of inner conflict with beauty and vanity and all these things.
Same, yeah.
Right? I got at some point where I thought, like, you know what? Yes, I'm vain.
just I had hair like you too, you know. I had long hair as well. I don't know what happened to it, but yeah, I mean, I think it's about people just wanting to showcase their best self, right? In the end of the day, if you hide from it, you're wasting it. You're not optimizing who you are meant to be or who you need to be for this world, right? So I'm coming to realize that, and it's quite difficult, but it's okay, right? Just to be okay.
I see it as one more means of expression of who you are.
Yeah.
And look, if you're born with a sensitivity for beauty, which some people haven't, and they don't look beauty because they don't make themselves beautiful because they lack the sensitivity. It's like people who are born with the sensitivity for design or for fashion or for art, for music. That's different expressions of beauty. I believe one expression of beauty is making yourself look attractive to other people.
Yes.
Like you understand the nuances of how do women perceive a man and what makes them be interested, and you are naturally connected to that stream of dynamic of information, whatever it is, and you're good at that. Why wouldn't you express it if it's a talent of yours? I don't think there's anything superficial about it.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
I mean, I had to learn it the hard way, honestly, because I've never been attuned in that sense that I was describing. But I always saw the importance of, okay, being attractive opens you doors.
Yes.
Why not try? And why try to hide it? That people who are naturally beautiful and naturally attractive, and because for some moral reasons they are judged or they are like, I don't know, put down, by society and by other people who tend to be jealous rather, and they want to put them down. Like, don't try to be beautiful. Don't try to abuse your looks to get doors open or whatever. It's like, honestly, I've come to terms with that, and
good.
That's how the world works. And I think if you can find a way to use it in your advantage, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I don't see there's a problem with it.
Yeah. That's good.
And as you were saying, that inspires you to be a better person. So find your way it's like find an outlet for you to become a better person.
Yeah.
And if making yourself more attractive leads you to a path where you have to be bettering yourself day after day, why not? What's wrong with that?
It's good.
I think there's a lot of judgment around it.
Yeah. I drove a lot of purpose in that space, actually, because when I was such a scrawny kid growing up, and then I went to becoming unhealthy relationship with food. When I had an unhealthy relationship with food, I gained so much weight and became so much chubbier, and then I just wanted, that was a period of time. That was before military.
Hard to believe.
Hard to believe. I didn't know anything about fitness, don't know how to eat, don't know how to train, and then that mindset shift happened with me, and then I wanted to obviously improve myself.
That was when? How long ago?
2000, before university. University is 2016. I went to army kind of strictened me up a little bit, but still not shredded, not really good V-shaped taper, broad shoulders, big biceps, not yet, no abs. But that was 2014 when I went to army, so I guess 2012, 2013, 2011, 2012. I mean, that was all about studying, right? And then yeah.
How did you get in touch first with the world of fitness, and was it first like something more performative, as in you wanted to just be stronger, more agile, whatever, and then eventually you said like, you know what, I can sculpt my body in the ways that you would describe, broader shoulders, bigger biceps, like now you have a very sculpted body?
It's a good question, actually. Wow, I wish I can remember. But the peak of the fitness was in uni, when I really wanted to get into better shape, like really better shape. I think it's too much to the point I got obsessed with it. I wasn't even focusing on my classes. I was focusing on what I can do to improve, because when I felt a little bit of a tinge of improvement every day, I was like, wow, this is exciting, this is very fun. You can actually transform your physical, and that correlates to your mental, and then it helps so much. Like why not?
So true, man. Like the reason I fell in love with fitness was because it's such a good metaphor for life.
Yeah.
Like fitness is such a reflection of every other dimension in life, brought to us something that is actually quite simple. So it's easy to make sense of life through fitness. That teaches me so many lessons, and it has such a fast feedback loop. Like anything you do in the moment, like in just one session, when you finish the session, you look at yourself in the mirror with the pump and everything.
Yeah, endorphins running.
Exactly. The feedback loop is so immediate, and we tend to form our identity and self-image. Guess what? By looking at the image of ourselves, which we see in the mirror. So the mirror becomes such a clear arrow pointing to our sense of identity.
Yeah.
So when you see the mirror changing in front of your eyes,
exciting.
with feedback loops which are so fast, your identity starts changing at the same rhythm. I don't know there's anything in the world that makes you change your identity so fast as seeing a difference in the mirror. This way, when we feel depressed, oftentimes, I don't know, I shave. Just because I want to see someone different in the mirror.
I see.
Or something like that, you know?
Exciting, yeah.
It's a change of state that happens so fast. And fitness is one of these things that very quickly you start seeing a different person in the mirror. And the self-talk becomes something else. And it's such a reflection for life in so many ways. Like, for instance, when I see someone who is really jacked, I don't see just a person who has a good body and that's it. Like they were proud of their mother's vagina with that beautiful body. I know this guy has put on the effort, and this guy knows about delayed gratification, consistency.
Yeah, you want to do business with them because they have good traits, right?
Exactly. I have a video on my Instagram with a speech that says exactly this, what I was saying. It finishes with exactly what you just said. Like, when you find a man like this, that's the man you want to do business with, or be your best friend.
He has positive traits. He has delayed gratification, like you said. He has discipline. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And he never wavers, you know. No, he's out of shape.
Yeah. It's true. I'm a bit out of shape right now. I've been wavering for the last...
It's not easy. But now I take it to the point where fitness is a freedom for me. I don't take it from a vanity or like a way to just keep improving. I think I take it as a means of performing and also for my health mentally. So it's freedom for me. It's like therapy, to be honest. So I don't want to like always strive to like hit the next PR and then hit the next personal record. I don't want to hit so many goals. I don't want to build a crazy body, you know. I mean, I had experiences with the bodybuilding competitions, but you know, I'm doing it naturally. I'm not on anything, so I don't aspire to do such feat, but unless I want to be in that industry. So fitness is like freedom for me at the moment.
Do you have like a vision of a yet more improved body shape or whatever you're attaining to, or you're already there?
Oh, thank you, but I've already I think I don't know if I say I've already reached my peak, then if it looks to the audience or on the camera that I feel like I'm already satisfied and I'm not gonna improve. But no, I'm always trying to improve, but I don't think I take it from a vanity standpoint. You know, I don't really need to. I rather have it as a enjoyment kind of factor, then I can keep it for long. You know, if something's always not good enough for me, then I get too obsessed with it, which is what happened actually. I was too obsessed with it that I couldn't think about something else, you know, and I don't think that's healthy. I think in the longer future term, you can't just focus on your fitness. It's all other aspects of life.
Yeah, when you enter into that mind space, like, you lose the freedom, right? Like, it's like
you lose freedom. You're too obsessed with it.
It hijacks everything else.
Yeah.
And when it comes to,
it's not important. It's not the main importance,
right?
Yeah.
You lose focus of what is really important. Yeah, it's true. I always like to ask, when I meet someone who is a lot into working out, like, what are your secrets? Do you have secret routines, secret moves,
I have sex every day. I drink water. You get a testosterone. No, I cannot say all these things.
That's a good one.
No, but obviously to keep a balanced routine, you know, I used to be so intense. Now no more. I used to do 3 days on, 1 day off, 3 days on, 1 day off. Same with the diet.
3 days in, 1 day off. Okay, yeah, that's pretty
last time it was even more intense. It's every day.
Wow.
I don't even know how I recovered. That was when I was younger. That was when I had more energy and, you know,
the body can recover better when you grow older. I feel it.
I feel it already at 29. You're like, you need to 39. Are you 39?
I'm 38.
38. Yeah, you know. Yeah. So for 10 years apart, you're solid.
Man, I started working out seriously in 2021, end of 2021. So that,
wow, 4 years.
It's been 4 years now.
Wow, from 35.
Yeah, and I would say that I lost a year in the middle, that I didn't nail it so much because I was traveling and this and that. Yeah, other than that, I've been quite consistent, and I found myself in the best health state of my life in my late 30s, which is good. So it makes me feel younger just because of that. And my goal is to be in 2 years' time when I'll be 40 at the best.
Better.
Hopefully the world respects me and allows me to get there.
That's good. But you're doing it for yourself, or you have a goal in mind, or you want to go for a competition, or you're looking to attract a better partner or a new partner, or are you...
That's the motivation.
That's the motivation?
Yeah,
are you in a relationship now?
No, I'm not in a relationship right now, but I believe in, rather than finding the right person or attracting the right person, it's like becoming the type of person that you want to attract. So yeah, I'm trying to become the best version of myself, because then I will attract the best kind of match. Yeah, and I care about a good looking body. I do, in a woman. That's what it is.
You can see that she's put in effort, time, and that resonates with you.
This is all the meaning behind it. That adds up, definitely, and it tells you so much about it. And finding someone that you can share this passion is also very interesting, right? Because it consumes time. So if you can do it together, that's good. And I do it for myself. Like I'm not trying to do any competition or anything like this. I just want to feel good. I want to feel younger. I want to feel more agile, more capable of doing more movements and looking better in the mirror. Yeah, I think that's it.
It's good. It's good. Bueno, very good.
No pageantry.
Pageantry. Yeah. No, but you can join pageantry for sure. You can be Mr. Spain, right?
Mr. Spain?
Yeah, Mr. Spain.
Yeah, man, I don't know. Those
I have a photo with Mr. Spain. You want to see? I can show you.
Show me.
Yeah, it's on the phone. He's really tall. Good, very, very good looking. Really.
No, that's never been my. I'm not in the good looking universe for me.
You are.
I don't care about this so much. No. I have other qualities. I'm fine with it. Yeah.
I see. That's good.
So you're originally from Indonesia?
Yeah, Indonesia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's my surname.
All right.
Sutiono.
So how is the surname?
Sutiono. Sutiono. Sean Sutiono. Sean Nicholas.
And that's an Indonesian name?
It's an Indonesian name, yeah.
Okay. From Bali?
No, I'm from I don't know where actually. Jogja? I don't know.
Have you been there again? Or?
No, I haven't been back for so long. I've been out of touch for so long.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm living in Bali now. Come visit.
You're living in Bali? Yeah, we will come and visit. I'll bring Alyssa. She can perform there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll be there for the next month. Then Dubai. Then I don't know. But yeah, man. Come.
Awesome.
It's closed. Chips are flying.
It's closed.
Flights are cheap.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Very good.
Yeah. So okay.
What else do you like to know about?
Bro, I'm so curious still about the pageantry thing. I want to ask you a few more things. So, how is it to be preparing for something like that?
Yeah.
What do you need to do?
Quite a fair bit of things actually. First, obviously, you need to be in your best mental. Then it shows, right? But the logistics-wise, actually, you need a national costume to represent the country. That's something that you really need to get and think about. You need the swimsuit, swimwear, and you need the evening wear, and you need the formal wear. So these are all suits.
All right. So you're trying to represent all the facets that a man should be presented.
Yeah.
And you want to display
and the country.
Oh, and they need to be related to the
country and the story about the country. Yeah.
So that's important.
They give us 6 months. 6 months to prepare all that.
Only.
Yeah, only.
Okay.
Or actually, for some countries, it's even sooner if they are heavily involved. Okay. But as you can tell from what happened to my story and my controversy, it was short of time.
Yeah, what was that? Because I read that you showed up with a weird costume, like
no weird costume,
like boots and shorts.
Boots and shorts and the Singapore flag.
Okay.
Because I literally had no costume when I flew over on the international stage because. Yeah, sad story actually. My director passed away. He passed away in the year I became Mr. Singapore, and then it happened.
That was 2 years ago.
2 years, 2022.
2022. Okay.
End of 2021.
You were competing where? What was that?
So when I got the title, I was supposed to fly to Manila, Philippines, somewhere around November 2022.
In Manila.
In Manila.
So you went.
I went, yeah, okay. But without my national director, without my national costume. I just went with the clothes I had growing up and the clothes in my suitcase and trying to compete with all these other misters of the world, which is Mr. Spain, Mr. Colombia, Mr. Mexico, Mr. Brazil, Mr. France, and these guys are like national figures, right?
Yeah,
Public figures. Well support with the hairdresser, with the makeup stylist, with the designer. I had to rummage around and see what I can find in my closet. And also at the same time, because of my director's passing, I was trying to contact the sponsors which he had in the past years, but they were not found, you know, and it's very difficult because he passed on, and he didn't have like a legacy on like a team to ask, you know, as well. Yeah.
So it was like a sudden passing away. It was not planned or anything.
No plan.
I mean, who plans for that? But I mean, it was like unexpected, right?
Yeah, I wish he had a will, but no, it was not planned. I was his last person that he contacted, and he was WhatsApping me the day he passed. Like I think the night when I received the news of his death. It was crazy. I was shivering. I thought like, is this real? Am I actually Mr. Singapore? Am I supposed to represent? I have no idea what's going on. And then I still get the message and the invitation from the Mr. International organization and Mr. Global. But it was so crazy because this guy Alan Sim, who's my national director, he's actually the owner of Mr. International and Mr. Global on a grand stage level. He wants to obviously be like the owners of Miss Universe and Miss World, Miss Earth, but for the guys, for the males
in the world.
Yes, he's the guy who started it, and it's crazy that actually a Singaporean man is doing that. He has a lot like connections with the pageant space.
Wow.
Yeah. But that happened, and it caused a huge hoo-ha, because if he's the owner of Mr. International and he passed away, who's going to take that mantle and also run the organization and the show for all these guys, you know, 44 countries to participate in. So that year it was already planned in Philippines. So the Philippine side are calling me, hey, you're in Singapore, you're Mr. Singapore, you should come, you definitely come and endorse. But I think when they are asking me to come, they are trying to endorse their rights to the organizations for it to be ran. Because sometimes organizations, when their director or the president pass away, sometimes they just call it off. They call off the event. But they still wanted it to go on. So there was this vice president called Manuel Del Dio, and he obviously has the intention of taking it over and wanting to run the Mr. International organization. So he called me up, he sent me a message, better come, you better come, because
I have a duty, something to complete.
Correct. So I didn't know who to seek for, and then I felt like a little bit trapped in a way as well. He promised me quite a fair bit of things if I did go as well, because the flights were not being paid, my costume wasn't even ready, I didn't have sponsored gear, I didn't have the suits, evening wear, swimwear, formal wear. None of them. I just brought my own stuff. And then I can feel that they really wanted me to go, because I feel like they wanted endorsement for my attendance, because Alan's Singaporean, I'm Singaporean, representing Singapore. So I felt that. But then I also had other messages coming in from Thailand, because Thailand is Mr. Global side. And there's a guy called I can't remember his name, Pradit. That's his name. He was also close friends with Alan Sim, and he was running Mr. Global. And then they were telling me, don't go. If you go, you're endorsing Philippine side, because they have a good connection with Alan, and they're in like fighting terms. There's a lot of politics involved. They're like in fighting terms with the manual guy, the Philippines guy. So it's quite a dilemma for one person to carry. I don't even know what will happen.
It's quite a political situation, right?
Very political.
Like a Game of Thrones sort of political power.
Yeah, because whoever has the rights to this thing, which Alan didn't pass on in better terms, will continue the legacy on and on and on.
Do you see yourself taking over?
I had at the time, but I don't have a team. I was trying to even recruit some of my friends who, pageantry, there's a lot, you know. So like in the women's side, there's Miss Universe, Miss Earth, Miss World. Then in men's side, there's Mr. International, there's Mr. World, and then there's Manhunt International. So because of my involvement in Singapore's pageantry, I had Mr. World, I had Manhunt. My other friend who also done pageantry, you know, thankfully I met him as well. His name is Darren. He's done Manhunt, and well, I wanted him to be involved with the establishing of keeping this name, this title, Mr. Singapore, and the competition to keep going on and on. I discussed it after my reign and after doing it, but and it came to fruition because we're still kids, right? We're still young, to be honest. We don't know how to run a show. We need a big organizing team.
And it's a massive responsibility.
Yeah, you need a panel of judges. You need friends in the industry. You need lights, camera, action, everything. I mean, not action. you need a stage. You need a venue. You need
it's a whole
show. You need to build a show.
Yeah, totally.
Build a
Media
show.
support. I mean, so many things, and the investment behind it, right? Like these things cost money.
It does cost money, and expecting people to come also. You need sponsors in the journey, so it's not easy. I understand.
So now for the last 2 years, this has been stopped. It wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm, in a way, kind of sad. The last one, Mr. Singapore, and the last one Alan chose, I guess. Yeah.
Well, you still hold the title though.
Yeah, I didn't use it so much that I would like to, but I guess I'm known for that. Really, I am. So at least I think I brought it to light, and I think because of my news, 6 media platforms, published it, without even authorization. They did it, and Singapore actually became suddenly like a news about pageantry, about male pageantry. So in a way, I kind of shone that light. Yeah. I was happy to do that for Alan's legacy when he passed on. I'm pretty sure he understands it.
And I mean,
but I didn't get any royalties, nothing. But it's still my contribution, I guess, to that space.
I would love to see you taking over the whole thing and running it with the values that
you'll be my judge. Yeah, that'll be good.
Why not?
That would be really good.
Teach me.
Yeah, you're getting onto something.
Okay, we can do it. No, but really, like I would love you to again, it's important to raise awareness about all the subjects we were describing before, like healthy masculinity, and how all of these situations can go beyond the superficial beauty aspect of it, and all the things that you were describing, as in it helps you be a better person. There's some sort of brotherhood involved in there, and it's not only about looking in a certain way. I love something you said. You said it's how you carry yourself.
How you carry yourself.
I think this is the problem most men have these days. They don't know how to carry themselves, especially in different contexts. Like maybe you know how to carry yourself at home, or at school, or at work, but knowing how to carry yourself in every situation with a high degree of confidence and competence, that's really challenging.
It's tough.
We are not taught how to do it. Basically, school doesn't teach you how to do this. Most men's circles don't teach you how to do this. Finding the right circles, it's really challenging. If you could create something like this and give a new, face wash to pageantry, and suddenly making it become not only a place where men are trying to just look in a certain way, but rather a space for men to feel inspired to find a way to carry themselves properly, just imagine the impact this could have.
Yes,
it could be so good.
you're getting onto something. Actually, you're tapping a little bit on my history, because I actually wanted to create. I always wanted to be a business guy and an entrepreneur, and I always kind of created a logo around my name, because my name is Sean Nicholas Sutiono, S&S. So I want to create something like that, but then it became like Signature Man series. I actually have that logo. So Signature Man actually, embodies like the ideal perfect guy, and obviously being your best self, and always putting your best foot forward. So I created that brand, but I didn't do anything with it. But it was a logo of mine to ensemble my name. I always had this thing. I think as all guys, maybe
we need to look at it from the brand side, like deeply. We need to look at it and see.
Sure. If you are interested,
side.
I'll definitely call you to do it in Spain if you like it.
Do you feel like going to Spain? Is somewhere you would love to visit?
I've been to Barcelona. I've been to Madrid.
Awesome. Okay, I'm from Barcelona. Where have you been in Barcelona?
Is it Casablanca? I don't know. Casablanca or Casa Batlló? I forgot. Gaudi house.
Yeah, Casa Batlló. Yeah. It's the one with the crazy shapes.
Yeah, beautiful shapes. Yeah. Crazy architecture in your country. Very jealous.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, the old part of the city, right? Like the new one. I don't know what's wrong with modern architecture. Honestly, there's some buildings which are so ugly. Like I look at buildings made, 300 years ago, 200 years ago. I remember, what was that? In Milan, there is this, I don't know if it's a train or the bus station, but has this massive building with these crazy arcs and these high ceilings, and the columns are like the size of this room, and it's like, what went wrong? Where did we stop doing things that beautiful and impressive? Like, that's a temple, and it's a fucking train station, and it's a temple. And now we do train stations which are so boring, dehumanized. Like, I don't understand what's going on with architecture in that sense. I hope these things come back. Maybe AI can help somehow. I don't know. But yeah, I love going to the old part of European cities because they hold this history.
This ancient.
They are built old, and just the detail in every little aspect, and you can immediately feel the amount of work it takes. Like we were talking about seeing someone who has a really good body.
Yeah,
same story.
Same story. Yeah.
This doesn't happen by accident. There's a lot of work behind it. There's something thought through, and that's inspiring. Just by looking at it is inspiring.
You've been to Egypt?
No, I wish.
Go to Egypt, the tombs.
Have you been there?
Tombs. No, I've not been there, but I've seen.
Let's go together.
Okay, sure.
That must be crazy.
It is crazy. Yeah. Some of the paintings look and feel still exist. You know.
I got in touch with someone this summer who was organizing trips to the pyramids, where you could spend the night in the king's
tomb.
King's the king's chamber. I think in the Great Pyramid of Giza, there's this chamber which is the size of a bus, if I'm not wrong, or something like that, or maybe two buses. Small,
but
and you can go there and spend the whole night. They direct some sort of meditation. Apparently, you get like hypercharged by some sort of frequencies which exist in such magical place. And it's a real life-changing experience.
Magical premium, right? That one.
Yeah. Premium price also.
Airbnb.
Super host. Yeah.
I understand.
It would be a very interesting thing to do. Yeah. Maybe I'll let you know if that happens.
Where have you traveled to in the world, and where's your best locations?
The best locations. That's hard to tell.
Where do you want to live in the future? And
I think I'm planning to move to Dubai now.
To Dubai, yeah. Dubai is really good.
I was there for the last 3 weeks. It was really nice, really beautiful experience.
Really safe and clean, big.
Yeah, safe, clean. Everything is enormous.
Yeah, very big.
Missing a bit of natural touch.
Yeah.
You know,
desert, still.
Yeah. That's exactly. There's concrete jungle and then desert, just sand
and beach.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I don't know. There's something about the energy in the place right now, which is really calling me, because I'm in a moment in my life when I'm really trying to put as much fuel as I can into the rocket and get it to escape velocity. It's happening, and I'm very happy about it. But I'm realizing also how important is the surroundings, the environment in which you try to conduct those business activities or entrepreneurship. It's so important, especially at an early stage. When you're just flying already, you can already more depend on your own environment. But in the beginning, it's very good to have a good environment. And I think Dubai offers a very supportive environment right now for people who are eager to create things.
Correct.
That's what I've experienced for the last 2 weeks. Like, things were happening so fast, conversations becoming realities real quick, whereas otherwise it's like blah blah blah, nothing ever happens in other places. And Dubai had this energy. And actually I was meeting with this guy, Sergio Hique, super smart guy from Argentina who's been traveling around the world for like 30 years, being in super managerial CEO positions for a multinational company.
Wow.
So yeah, he has seen it all. And he has a very entrepreneurial spirit himself. And we were talking about it. He's moved now to Dubai for a number of years. And he was telling me, the energy I see right now in Dubai is the energy that you could see in Los Angeles, Miami, New York, 20, 30 years ago. You know, when the American dream was like more intense and there was this explosion. This is the type of energy, apparently, because I don't know about the US, but apparently this is the type of energy you can find right now in Dubai. And that's really calling me, because I was there for like 4 days.
Few days, yeah.
And I had to extend it to 20 days or something, because one thing was leading to the next, like one more day. There was always something interesting to do. I went with no plans. I ended up playing in like 4 different parties, 2 yacht parties.
Wow.
Meeting a bunch of people for doing business. It was crazy. Like, I didn't want to leave. So... Yeah. I think that's my next place to be. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. What about you?
Dubai compared to Singapore, how do you find it?
They have a similar energy, honestly. They have similar energy. Yeah.
The hustle grind.
Yeah, the hustle mentality, and I'm not so familiar with Singapore. I haven't spent long enough here to really dive into the culture and everything. Yeah, but there's this moving energy.
It's good. I heard they want to be the best in everything, Dubai.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And they are pouring crazy amounts of money in everything they do.
They have the biggest everything now, you know. Well, for me, I've actually traveled my fair share around the world, and Dubai is also one of my top spots to potentially live in the future. But
you visit before?
Obviously, yeah, for sure. I've been there twice. Been there twice for my birthday as well. I had my birthday on the Burj Al Arab. Yeah, super good. It was a good time, Dubai.
Did you feel the same type of energy? Like things were happening fast, or what sensation did you get from it?
I don't know. I was really enjoying the city. I wasn't doing much business or network, but I was really enjoying the life and the lifestyle there.
Yeah.
So
it has a lot to offer when it comes to recreation or having fun. You can find
everything. Yeah.
It's just that it's expensive.
It is quite costly.
It's a city that can drain your pocket, drain your soul if you let yourself go, man.
If you let yourself go and you're not disciplined, you can definitely get carried away.
So many people who get broke and then they have to leave because they cannot sustain themselves in the city. Yeah, it happens. You need to play smart. It's a place that can offer many opportunities, but it can also fuck you up terribly. So you need to play it smart.
Like a casino.
Exactly. It's like a casino. Has this type of energy.
Yeah. But I also felt the good vibes from the US and also Australia.
You were studying in the US?
UK.
In UK, okay.
UK, United Kingdom.
When did you go to the US then?
US went immediately after Dubai. My first ever trip to the US was Miami, Florida. And when I touched down the airport, I can see a big US flag. I was like, wow, this place is big.
It's real.
It's big.
Like in the movies, right?
It's like in the movies. Like, wow, I'm living the golden age of America, American dream. And I spoiled myself a little bit. I got a sports car.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe I'm actually sharing all this because I had so much indulgence and I did it all on my own. And thank you for letting me share.
Well, I think there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, what's wrong with having a sports car, renting, and just using it?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, it's just I did it at the time of my life when I should be living my life at such a early age.
Enjoy and do all these things.
Well, I learned a lot. Went around the block. I really like Miami, more so compared to Los Angeles. Los Angeles is huge, but I like the vibe there in Miami. Sunny vibe, good temperatures.
Yeah, I was only in Los Angeles. I was there only for 1 week and it was pure work. I barely got time to visit anything. I only went to the Science Museum because I'm a freak of astronomy and space travel, all of this. And they had an exhibition with
not Ripley's Believe It or Not, no?
Oh, what thing?
The Ripley's Believe It or Not, Los Angeles. You don't know what it is.
No. What is that?
It's like I don't know how to call it. Have you been to Madame Tussauds? No? Okay.
Oh wait, that's the museum, the wax museum.
Yeah, wax museum.
Yeah, we have one in Barcelona also. Yeah.
You have it, yeah.
So what's up with it?
Ripley's Believe It or Not is it's nothing much. It's just a joke. It's just a joke.
Okay. I'll figure it out. I'll look it up and figure it out. Yeah, I have no idea. No, I just went there because they had the space shuttle.
Yeah.
They had it exposed and I really wanted to see it in person, even touch it or whatever. Yeah.
But not Hollywood. You don't go Hollywood.
No, I didn't go Hollywood. If I had a bit more of time, that's something worth visiting. Why not? But that was the thing that, like, I looked up on the internet. What is in this week in here? Concert here, thing over there, and they had this exhibition, and it was like if I had some time, that's where I want to put it. 100%, man. I'm a freak of NASA and space travel. All these things.
Good.
Yeah.
You want to be an astronaut?
Yeah, I wish. But I'm also very afraid of all these things, like heights or adrenaline activities. I'm a pussy with these things. So I'm gonna make for a good astronaut.
Do you believe in the UFO? Aliens exist? Yes or no? To your audience.
I want to believe.
You want to believe?
I do want to believe. I wish it's true. I really wish it's true. Okay. Do I know? I don't know, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, with all conspiracy theories, all of them. The COVID conspiracy theories, the Illuminati, this one, all of them to me fall in one category, which is they could be true. They could be true. And just because they could be true, they are worth acknowledging and looking at and not making fun of them. Yeah. Because they could be true. And if you are not smart enough to look at the situation, acknowledging that it could be that the whole government is lying and cheating and whatever. Do I want to believe that that's the case? No, but I can see there's a possibility. So why think that everyone who's considering is stupid? No, I think it's worth considering and living in a reality where, hey, it could be true. Just say it could be true. With aliens in particular, for me it's hard to believe that we are alone in the universe. I don't believe we are. I think life is a very common pattern, probably everywhere else. We just couldn't see it yet.
Yeah.
I think we're very close to see it. I think that the space exploration is getting to that point where we're very, very close to discover it. It's going to be the discovery of the century, millennia of the fucking history. Finally realizing that we are not alone. I don't know really how much is going to change in our psyche, at least for me, because I already believe that we're not alone. So I don't think anything's going to change. It's just confirmation. Duh, obvious. That's how I will feel about it.
Yeah.
But it will be exciting when it happens, and I think it will happen, and soon enough. And yeah, have we been visited? I think there's also a lot of evidence that point to the fact that it could be. When you look at all of these archaeological sites and like the engravings they have on the walls, there's many evidence that point like it seems very obvious. At the same time, is it obvious enough to make a super clear statement? Maybe not. And I also think that there's some interest in the powers that will to hide this information in case they had real evidence. I can see 1,000 reasons why they would want to hide it rather than show it. So that's why it could be. It could be that we have been visited and they are hiding it. Yeah, 100% it could be.
Like the ones in Egypt.
Maybe the aliens are around us. Maybe you are one.
Yeah, maybe you're around. Yeah, that's why I'm so strange.
What if you would be an alien and you wouldn't even know?
Yeah, exactly.
What if you wouldn't know? Some people say that when you die is when you kind of like, it only means trespassing into reality where you actually acknowledge you are an alien, that you've been an alien all along. But that's what it means dying.
So what happens after the afterlife in your story, Vic?
Bro, I don't know, man.
What do you think? Do you think you reincarnate or you get into a new body? Or your soul goes somewhere? Some people have beliefs.
Yeah. I could believe anything. I really could. I've been in different stages of my life believing different things, and I really don't know how to make what to make out of it. In practical terms, I think not waiting for heaven to be somewhere else, try to make heaven on earth. I think that's possible. And I also believe in like, look, just in case there's no other life, try to make the most out of this one. Let's not leave anything for another life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love to believe that we come back and that we have more chances to keep on growing and keep on evolving, because one life feels very short. And look, these people who believe in Anunnakis and that we have been created by the Anunnakis and all of this story, which is a fascinating story, and I also wish it's true. I'm not saying there's enough evidence, but I wish it's true. It's a fascinating origin to come from. They say that based on that story, the Anunnakis created us to live way longer, but at some point they got scared of the power that we were getting as becoming more individualistic. So they re-engineered our DNA so that we would die around the age of 80 maximum, 80, 100 maximum. Why? Because that was the age that originally we were ready to have a spiritual awakening. And exactly when you are ready to be spiritually awakened and then live the rest of your life in awakened state, which how amazing would it be, is when you get to die. So that you don't become threatening or challenging for them who were the authority at the time. I don't know. It's true. It feels like one life is short to collect all of the experiences you need to awaken.
Interesting.
Yeah. How do you see it? How close do you feel to awakening?
I don't know. I'm just trying to do it every day. Sometimes I fall asleep. I don't know.
Right.
I believe in reincarnation. I think maybe perhaps to live another life. Yeah. I was told by that. I think.
Do you feel you can reconnect with previous lives of yours? Like you can recall them or re-experience them or be aware of previous lives you had?
No, I don't think so. I
tried many times and I could never connect with anything.
Think so.
Yeah. I try to get people to hypnotize me or make these regressions, you know, because
Wow.
I'm curious. Also very scared of what will I encounter, you know, in a previous life. I don't know why.
Interesting.
There's something scary about it.
Hypnotist. You went to
Yeah.
a hypnotist?
But it never worked. I don't know. I always felt like, whatever, this is just a guided meditation. It's really not taking me anywhere. You know, I can imagine things if I try to, really hard. But is that really a regression? I don't know. In my experience, it didn't work. If somebody's listening and can do it, please get in touch.
Please
we both want
leave
to.
a referral
Yeah,
link
totally.
at the bottom.
I think it would be great. What an advantage to know your previous lives and gather like extra knowledge of where you come from. It's like, why not? Are you a fan of Dune?
Dune?
Dune, the movie that came to theaters.
Is it the one with Mark Wahlberg?
No. It's the one with the massive wormhole. Massive worms. Massive worms in the desert.
Oh, I know.
No? So it's one of the most epic science fiction books ever written, back in the 70s or something, maybe even sooner. Frank Herbert is the author, and he created this whole epic and universe where it's like 10,000 years in the future, and humans have evolved to a point where they can there's how do I describe this thing? There's like a cohort of nuns, like a religion going on, where they have all these women who are part of it, and they have developed themselves the internal awareness so deep that they can access all the previous lives, all the previous memories. Like, I think they can take some sort of substance that gives them access to all these previous lives. Only for women. Then a man takes it, and it's the first man who is awakened to this, all these previous lives. But basically, they become aware of all the previous lives they have inhabited. Just imagine that you could awaken to. Imagine you are already a 100 lifetimes soul. You have lived 100 lives before, and you could take now a pill and awake to all of these previous lives,
these experiences as well. I remember.
How much wise would you become, right? That would be crazy. How many more languages you would speak and things like that. So that's what is portrayed in the movie. That would be a crazy experience. Yeah, of course. What an advantage if you could be awakened to all of this.
Yes, that would be quite the power.
I wonder if we would still be dealing with masculinity issues and shit like that. We will probably know the solution to all of this, you know.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest threat to society now?
The woke culture to me was like a big threat. I think it's losing steam right now, and I'm kind of relieved about it because I think it was taking things in a very weird direction. I think the basis of the movement, inclusivity, equality, all these things are good values. I think the way that they were conducted and displayed were totally wrong. They came from a place of a lot of fear, resentment, hate, separation. To me, it didn't make any sense. All of these people feeling so thin-skinned and what's the word? Offended all the time. Like, you have to be careful not to offend anyone all the time. I think this is not the way to go, man. This just like trims freedom of expression, and I think everyone should be responsible with themselves of, look, if things offend you, it's because there's something about you. You should look inside and figure out what is triggering this inside me. What is the trauma I should figure out? Like, external reality will always be triggering in a number of ways. If we shape reality around you so that nothing triggers you, you live in a freaking stupid little bubble where you will never be exposed to something that will make you grow. Because if you're triggered, you're not presented with the things that you should deal with. You are not given the chance to heal your trauma. You stay like a little baby forever. How is this helpful? I don't see it. And they talk about like, this is for protecting people and whatever. I think this is bullshit, and I don't think this was taking anyone in a good direction. So
Interesting.
I think this was a massive threat. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. What do you think a big threat is? We're running out of water. Then
I'm going to piss the sofa. I need a water break.
We can make a break. We can make a break. And we're back. Back to the show. Okay, so look, something that I wanted to ask you before we have time is, where did everything start for you? Because look, I had no idea you came from Indonesia. First thing, so I realized I knew nothing about you and your origins. But after that, the arc of transformation from someone who comes from Indonesia, country being bombed, and kind of like escaping from that situation.
Yeah.
And in a family where you were the only man, and all these things you were describing for, how does this arc of transformation lead to Mr. Singapore? What happened in between, right?
All I can say is I think I'm very happy and blessed to have lead the life I lived, and also if I didn't take use of my opportunities that was present and given to me, then it's like a waste to my family, right, and to myself especially. So I always wanted to take the best opportunity and shot whenever it's presented.
Which opportunity would you say that was the turning for your life? Something that totally was a break point.
Yeah, when I was asked to be Mr. Singapore, actually, so that actually was real and I actually became somebody, because I always wanted to become somebody and be someone I was proud of and to achieve something.
How did that happen? So you are just a guy who is obsessed with fitness at the time, and then somebody calls and says, "Hey, you should be Mr. Singapore, come and take part in the contest." How is that?
Well, it was actually a competition that was arisen in my country, right? And I joined the competition. I don't know how it started, but I joined many competitions. So it was a
more fitness oriented competition.
More fitness at the start, and then now fashion stuff. But it was a mix and match as well, because of the years. I always wanted to optimize my youth that way. You know, always challenging myself and being better. So easiest way is to join competitions, to compete with yourself. I mean, that's the main point that I want to share. It's competing with yourself, because I competed so much, and I experienced so much competition between other people. Sometimes it can get quite challenging. So just going about it, challenging yourself, improving yourself. That's where I always focused on. And then I've been through all these competitions, and then I just got scouted or found. It really puts yourself out there, so it actually helps me.
This director that you mentioned who passed away, he's the one who scouted you?
He's the one that followed up after all the other competitions.
Alright, so he was like keeping an eye on all these competitions, trying to scout someone?
Perhaps.
He saw you there?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Wow. Was he like a mentoring figure for you?
Yeah, he was already guiding me until his last breath, you know, on earth. Literally, even if it's on text, you know, because he would send me photos that he's in the hospital, bedridden, not able to meet me to give me guidance or advice about what to do for the representation. He said, when one door closes, one door opens. Always surround yourself with positive people, and always think positive thoughts. I have the message in my WhatsApp if you like to have a look. Yeah, he said those things, and then next day he passed away. He passed away right after those messages. Like, yeah, it's quite within a span of hours. Yeah, quite crazy. Yeah, quite crazy.
Left a massive legacy there with a short message, but truly impactful message.
Yeah, for me. Right. So I should hold it close.
Yeah. So take on the opportunities, always with this optimistic approach. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
I deeply resonate with that. I think it's true. I feel like I've always been also very blessed, like you describing, of being given an opportunity when I needed it, and I recognize the value of it, because I know not everybody has it. It's a privilege to be given an opportunity when you need it. You also need to be ready to take it. That's also true, and that's what comes from your side, right? Like, I also believe that the universe is kind of presenting you with opportunities quite often. We're just like blinded and not really seeing them.
Yeah.
And oftentimes also when we see them, we shy away. You know, we don't feel prepared. You need to have the courage and the preparation to jump on an opportunity and make the most out of it. So that speaks to you, like your own meritocracy around it. But yeah, sometimes you are given an opportunity, and it's something to be very, very grateful for, because people might as well not do it, you know, and they decide to do it for you. Yeah. Do you remember any other time when it was like a great opportunity showed up for you and you took it despite of the fear and leaning on your courage? Or
this Mr. Singapore thing was the biggest one in my life, with against all odds, you know.
Yeah.
National director passing away, mom and dad saying don't go, Philippines side say go, Thailand said don't go. You know, being torn between my career and doing this passion of mine, or this sort of stint for myself.
Yeah.
Was in a dilemma stage, thinking if it's very selfish for me to just do it and not care about anything else, especially when my family had to uproot in a different part of town. You know, that's quite significant things. So I'm very blessed, you know, to be given that opportunity and privilege to do so, to represent the country. So I can't be more thankful that God has given me this opportunity. So take it, but take it with gratefulness, graciousness, and do your best.
Anything you regret?
Anything I regret?
You would do different if you could right now, knowing what you know.
Communicating that across to my loved ones, to hopefully have their support through thick and thin. Yeah. At least having someone that believes in me instead of no one, because that can be quite hard to do things on your own sometimes. So. Yeah.
You have someone who believes in you right now.
I hope so. I hope so.
I mean,
do
it's right here.
I hope so.
It's right here behind the camera, Alisa.
I hope so, but even if there's only one person that believes in you, you must hold them tight.
Yeah.
And never let them go, right? So, yeah.
Someone who believes in you, who supports you in
what you want to achieve.
Every moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, she looks like someone who.
Yeah, so I'm very blessed for my father.
How did you guys meet?
Yeah, we met at a media event where I was a talent and she was a invitee guest as media.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah. So everything falls into place, because if I hadn't choose and taken opportunities, then it wouldn't lead me to the love of my life, right? So
yeah. So good. Man, cheers for that. Cheers for that relationship.
Cheers for that.
So, you don't have any water? I don't have any water left. Can I give you some?
So
there we go. Cheers.
So for you, are you looking for somebody?
I'm in a moment in my life where I think yes, I'm looking for one person that feels very special to build a future together. Yeah, I think I'm a romantic at heart, and I would, even if I've gone through, darker and lighter moments, I do still believe in this kind of love, which is like everlasting and with the right person creating a legacy. But there's also the data. When you look at it, statistics, data doesn't lie also. And in the modern world, it's weird, the couple that really stays forever, or if there's such thing, like
it's harder.
Yeah, man, like divorce is the peak, and people who break up even before they get married, so it's not even considered divorce or whatever. But yeah, it's hard. Like I can count with less than these fingers the couples that I see around me in my life that are inspiring enough to believe like this is possible.
Yeah,
this is very little. Where I see them like not being toxic to each other and really having a healthy relationship with the support and trust and love, all these things, and compatibility and big desire to stay together, all these things.
It's hard. Yeah.
It's hard. It's not easy to find this thing. So, but it's not impossible. So yeah, I want it for myself, definitely yes. But again, I believe in becoming that person rather than looking for it.
And what is that person for you? I want to ask what is your ideal partner, and what is...
I love this question. So see, I believe every woman is born from this earth with a goddess inside.
Good.
Now there's only few women who have gone through experiences in their life and have put in the work and the attention and the awareness to get in touch with that goddess. When I see a woman who is in touch with that goddess and they become the goddess, and everything they do is god-like expression, with their flaws and everything, because nobody's perfect, but you can see there's this intensity and this awareness and this
fire burning passion,
these vibrations. This is crazy. It's like, wow, a woman who has recognized the goddess power that lives inside, and they own it and they use it as a vehicle of expression of who they are. This is extremely attractive to me. This makes me feel like that's a woman worth paying attention and exploring and seeing if we're compatible or whatever. And sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't. But this is the one quality that I look the most in a woman, because I know that if a woman has been in touch with that and she's expressing those qualities, then everything else that I care for is probably going to be covered. Like a woman who is caring, nourishing, loving, sexy, sensual, all these things,
funny,
supportive, funny, all these things.
You need someone funny.
You do. Humor is a very important part of life. If you have the same frequency of humor with someone,
maybe not true, but still,
there's chemistry there.
Yeah, makes sense. That's a good way to look at it. Very nice. I hope, wish you all the best. Best of luck, and keep yourself on your toes.
Thank you, man. Yeah, because it's easy to get distracted also. And also I'm in a moment in my life where my business right now is very important, and sometimes having a partner or dating in general, whatever, it becomes very distracting.
You need to find a fine line.
You need to do this with a lot of focus and groundness so that you don't lose yourself in the process and then waste your time.
Would you prefer it to that you have a relationship before you wanted to get on this spiritual journey of yours of building a business that is your own, that you own before, or you prefer to have done that first and then find a relationship?
Who knows?
Which one do you prefer?
It's very hard to know this, because what if, one part says, look, build yourself, put yourself together, create your personal empire, be very ready to sustain a family with someone, and then the right person will come and fit perfectly in that universe. Sounds great. Now, it's also true that having a good relationship with a good woman allows you to
do that.
So maybe it's about meeting the person who would open the right thing inside you that allows you to find that greatness.
Correct.
Find greatness and then the woman, or find the woman so that you find greatness.
Which one do you, chicken or egg first? Which one?
I don't know. Okay, romantically, I would love the idea of finding a woman with whom I unlock whatever is necessary to find greatness.
Ideally, right? Ideally. Then you would,
because then I think if you grow
to the journey together.
You grow together, it's more likely you stay together. Also, the levels of gratitude you will have for each other,
and the experiences and milestones you hit together.
And I would love for someone to decide to stay next to me after having seen the worst in me, or the most difficult.
Because then they don't deserve the best if they don't enjoy the worst.
I guess.
I see.
And someone who has known you when you were either small or unimportant or whatever you call it, whatever, who has seen you go through the transformation and they still decide to stay with you. I think this is the most challenging thing for a relationship. Like deciding to keep on choosing the same person despite of the constant change. I think that's a really strong bond.
I think that's the ultimate. I think that one. That's the ultimate.
Do you feel like that?
I feel like
you feel like you're growing together and choosing each other every day?
So far, so far.
That's good. That's a good space to be.
So for me, I always wanted to lock down on my relationships and my health spot on, to make sure it's a solid one, and make it 100%, because life is tough. The rest of life it could be even tougher. You're gonna focus on your career in the future and the family you're going to build, and also the dreams that you have and visions. That's going to take years and years and years. So I like to do these steps this way. But there's no right or wrong. There's no ultimate. You just have to keep living your best life.
Exactly. There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong.
If this society has something, is that the rules have become so flexible that, look, it's like find your way, whatever it is. There's people doing polyamory and polygamy, and there's people who have open relationships, and there's people who are monogamic, and there's people who change couples every week even if they are monogamic. There's so many formulas, and gays and lesbians and trans, and there's so many formulas. Find your way, live happy, live others live happy. That's it. Do it with awareness, with love, integrity, honesty. That's it. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? Anyway, I love to finish up with something. With all the experience that you have gathered, doing everything you've been doing, when you were traveling abroad, your upbringing, the pageantry, and all the things that you had to deal with, the media, all these like sort of battles with life that you have dealt in your own beautiful particular way, the fitness transformation you've been going through,
Everything else? Anything else?
the love life, and the financial things that you've been involved with, like all of these things. If you could choose few lessons to pass on to the new generation of upcoming men, people who are now in their early 20s or late teens, whatever, and what we were talking, we need these role models for
let me think. Let me think. Give me some time to think. Go on.
What can you contribute in?
Yeah, I mean, I would obviously love to share some words of inspiration, motivation, even though I'm not the most wise person, but I always strive to be, to share my wisdom. It would be to be honest with yourself, carry on doing what you're doing, but doing it better, doing things right, do the right things right, and whatever happened in the past, forget about it. Tomorrow is just about to happen. Future is just tomorrow. But if you want a better future for yourself, you create it. You determine what it is to you, and take everything in your life, all the experiences that you've had, good or bad. Forget about the past. Move on. Don't be so hard on yourself. I should take my own advice sometimes.
Will do.
Yeah, and really feel it in your body, every bit, every cell in your body, and really feel it, and take the means in your hands. You create it. You create your future. That's the only advice.
You create your future. I love that.
Future.
I love that.
Yeah. Take ownership.
Bro, thank you so much for being
You're
here.
welcome. No, thanks
really
for having me.
We had this conversation.
No, thank you for having me. You're awesome.
This is going to happen again.
Yes.
For sure, there's gonna be a second round of this when I'm back in Singapore, or you come to Bali, or we meet in Dubai, or whatever it is in the world. Yeah,
I would love to come to Dubai.
Totally.
Yeah, and next time when you have a partner, we can have a couple.
Hey, who knows? Why not?
Couple of podcasts.
That'd be great. I'm open for the experience. Yeah, I love that. So, okay, so how can people know more about you, follow you, find you?
Socials everywhere, just my name, Sean Nicholas Sutiono. At Sean.
At Sean Nicholas
Sutiono, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy. That's on Instagram?
Instagram, just currently, I'm trying to be a content creator like my partner, but I'm not as good as I should be, and like you as well.
It's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job. I respect what you guys are doing, so I'm gonna try to get on it as well. Yeah. You thinking of doing YouTube or something?
Yeah. I mean, all of these videos now are going to be in YouTube. I've been doing some shorts only. Trying to grow also. Like for me, it's also very hard to be content creator, man. It's so demanding. It's so demanding. But yeah, we're in the same game. So yeah, okay. So Sean Nicholas on Instagram. This is where they can get in touch with you.
Get in touch with me. Follow me. Follow my journey if you want.
If any of this has been inspiring to you and you want to share some words to Sean, ask him some questions. If you're interested into pageantry or any of the topics we were talking today, he's been there. He's done it all. So yeah, reach out to him. He probably can give you a fresh perspective on
or if you need a talent or representative for your passion,
also that.
or your project or your gig or your podcast.
Maybe next time we talk, you have already brought back the spirit and the execution of this whole Mr. Singapore, what's exactly the name of the
Mr. Singapore organization. It's the Mr. Singapore title pageantry. If I could, I would want you to get involved,
bro. We need this back. I'm happy to help in any way I can. I want to see you leading this movement and making it happen.
Thank you, man.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Really happy. Yeah.